All right, health is wealth. So take care of yourself. Greetings, one and all. Here to encourage you a little bit to take care of yourself. March is here. A bunch of awareness months are going down. Always a pleasure. Angela, good to see you. Wesley, let's get people on the right track. Space time, good to see you. I hope you're all exercising, taking care of yourself. I have been exercising a lot, and it's been rough because I work hard and the exercising, and it's requiring me to consume a certain amount of food and protein in order to build the muscle. And I've been a vegan now for 40 years, since 1978. And over the years, being a plant based vegan, I don't eat much, right? So I got to make myself eat more because by the time I lived in Hawaii, I ate dinner when I cooked ital. When I cook a big pot of ital, I would eat, a calabash bowl with food in it and eat. But other than that, I didn't, I began to eat differently because in Hawaii we would gather a bunch of fruit. So we might have a pile of coconuts, we might have a pile of pineapples, we might have some mangoes. So you kind of eat as you go through the day, more natural. You don't really do breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You might get up, you drink some coconut water, drink a coconut, maybe eat some coconut jelly. I know you all in the States don't know what coconut jelly is. Well, a young coconut is bigger in the, it has more space in the inside because the white part is thin. And as the white part in the inside gets larger, then there's less room and the water becomes less and less. But the young coconut is full of water. So we would drink those, open them, and eat the jelly. This is the white part is more like a jelly earlier. And so you might sit and eat a mango and another mango, and then you talk and you chill, and you might do listen to some music or go do something, and then you might eat a mango or you might eat a banana. So you kind of, uh, you know, I didn't really do breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You kind of, when you live in a natural environment, you kind of eat constantly, little bits at a time. So you might eat a mangoes until you don't want it anymore. Then you don't eat anything different. You also eat mono. I'm writing a book on that. That's going to a pamphlet. That's going to be interesting. That should be ready in about 8 weeks or so. That's going to be really interesting. But my point is now I'm trying to build muscle, and at 68, trying to build muscle, trying to change the way I eat. I have to eat in order for the muscle to actually grow the way I want it to grow, which is not normal. Normal, you just be your regular size. You just go to the beach, you swim, you walk, things like that, and you just be as strong as you are depending on what you do. But now I'm trying to build muscle, I'm trying to eat more, so it's making me Uh, I have a different type of sleep. So I had adjusted, and so my sleep was getting a little normal. Then I started doing what they call drop weight, and that now I got to adjust to that. And what drop weight is, it really is the best way to put on muscle. And how that is say I got some 20-pound barbells. I'll take the 20-pound barbells, I lift them as many times as I can until the point of failure where you can't lift it anymore. Then you'll put those down and you'll pick up the 15s. Now the 15s feel kind of light, but you hit that wall quicker because you already have been working out with the 20s. So you take the 15s, lift them as many times as you can, and you throw those down. Then you get the fives. Then you lift the fives until the point of failure. And that really works. That's a really serious muscle building because the muscle won't really grow until you push it to the limit. And just lifting a certain weight, you can only do so many. But if you keep lowering the weight, you're doing more reps. And because you lifted the heavier weights so many times, then the lightweight at first feels easy, but it quickly becomes hard too. Then you put that down and you do the next weight, and that's really working. Uh, yeah, so the drop weight, I've just been doing that recently. Recently, I got to get some bigger barbells. My biggest is like 20s. Now I think I got to get like maybe 30s, maybe 50s, I think. So I think I got to get two 50s and do the 50s and go down, I think. But I have to eat too. So with the drop weight and doing the exercise, when I sleep, it's a totally different sleep. It's a it's a very interesting sleep. And I'm 68. I've been sleeping for 68 years, so I know how to sleep. But this particular way sleep is I can relate it to like a scientific, like Frankenstein or something, like being in one of those Frankenstein chambers. Because when I sleep, the muscles don't grow until you go to sleep. So when you work out hard and go to sleep, it's a different type of sleep. It's not just like you're just resting, you know. It's a different type of sleep. What type of foods do I be eating at night versus daytime? Because of my lifestyle, I don't have a night or a daytime. So I'm just eating. I don't have a night or a daytime. I work for myself. I have a lot to do. So I might get up. Yeah, I don't have a night or a daytime. I'm glad you asked me that, Eso, because like I said, lifting these weights like that, I might go to sleep at 2 in the evening. I don't know if that's day or night or what it is. And then I might wake up at 7. But now I'm wide awake. So I don't really have a night. So now I might be up from 7 to who knows when. So I don't have a typical times schedule because I work for myself. So I don't have a 9 to 5 job. And so I don't know. A lot of times I don't know what time it is. I don't know what's going on. But I don't eat any different. But I do try to make sure that I don't eat and go to sleep. Pretty much. And I'm the type of person when I wake up, I don't like to eat heavy. So when I wake up now, my new schedule, I wake up, first thing I do is a glass of water, put some apple cider vinegar in it and drink it to burn belly fat because I'm trying to get some abs. So I'm trying to burn as much belly fat as I can. So I'm doing that. And then I kind of feel it out. A lot of times it'll be maybe an hour or so after that. I don't want to put no food on top of that. And I'll probably make a protein shake. That's usually how I start my day. A protein shake. I'll maybe take a glass of water first, put some creatine in it, mix that up, drink the creatine in the water, wait a little while, make my protein shake with my protein powder. And if I got sea moss, I'll put sea moss in it. Every now I put a little blackstrap molasses in it once a week for iron. Take a whole bunch of vitamins. I'm taking so many different vitamins. It's crazy. And that keeps me full for a minute. And then from that point on, I just eat whenever I'm ready. But I kind of have to make myself eat because I got to put in so much protein and hit the weights in order to get any growth, which is not how I usually been eating. So I'm eating a lot of, whew, I mean a lot of, I'm eating a lot of tofu that I haven't been eating in years. I mean a lot of tofu. I'm eating Brussels sprouts. I'm eating a lot of different greens. I'm eating a lot of bananas, a lot of different greens, and lots of tofu with other things, like a large variety, but lots of tofu to pack it on the protein. And anything with lots of protein. Just mixing up stuff, stir fries, sandwiches, anything. Even my bread is packed with protein. And so today I'm talking about so many people are overweight in the United States, right? Yeah, it is. That it is really good for the system. I'm drinking a lot of different teas now because I'm doing the segment over here on tea. So I'm drinking a lot of different tea. I have to spread this stuff out so I won't make a mess in my stomach. So I have to make sure I totally digest my protein shakes before I put something else in there. So it just won't be a whole bunch of different uh, things. And try to make sure I work out uh, right behind consuming my food. You know, a lot of hemp, different types of hemp, and things like that. So I just grabbed me a glass food processor. I'm getting rid of plastic totally. I got me a coffee maker. Oh, I have to check that out. Yeah, I have to check that out. I was using Ripple and then milk and stuff, and then I mix my protein powder in it. So I've been using Ripple and putting a protein powder in it, and then Silk was losing money because I guess people like me was buying Ripple. So now Silk came out with more protein into their drinks. So I'm mostly using either Ripple or Silk and putting the protein powder in and making my own uh, making my own situation. I've mostly been using, I've been trying to find a protein powder that's not in plastic, right? So, because I'm trying to totally eliminate plastic, so I'm using this particular protein powder because it's not in plastic. I just don't want a lot of plastic particles in my system. And I'm really working on that. As I was using Vega, but I don't like the plastic. I don't like that plastic container. So that's causing me too, because I'm trying to buy my vitamins in glass jars. I'm trying to buy all my supplements in glass. So there's certain good things, but I don't want the plastic. I'm trying to eliminate the plastic, okay? Welcome to everybody coming in. We're gonna have a great discussion. So yeah, I don't want the plastic at all. So I'm trying to eliminate that totally. Uh, and so I'm looking for the milk that has the most protein in it. This was the milk I was using, 8 grams of protein per serving. I'm probably doing 2 servings. Well, I'm doing a pitcher full. So that might be almost really 3 servings. So that could easily be 24 grams of protein right there. But I had switched up. I had switched up from Silk to the Ripple, and now Silk is trying to compete. So I'm kind of going back and forth with the two, depending on the price at the store. But because this was 13 grams of plant protein per serving, so they was winning over the Silk that wasn't nothing but 8 grams. I mean the Ripple that wasn't nothing but 8 grams. So I'm gonna go with the 13 grams of plant protein over the 8. But now I'm going to the next level because I bought me a food processor. I was looking for one that's glass. I got me a glass food processor. So I'm going to be making my own protein powders again. I was making it, but I was using a little coffee bean grinder. But now I got that food processor. Now I'm going to make my own protein powder, and I'm going to make my own milk because I'm going to use the food processor to really get fine powder out of all my seeds. Then I'm going to blend those seeds and nuts up with water and make my own milk. I'll be able to put a little blackstrap molasses in it, a little maple syrup, and I'll be able to really make. I'm going to be making my own milk with, black sesame seeds. Sometimes I could use like pistachios. I could use walnuts. I could use pecans. I could put my hemp seeds in there. I could put chia seeds. I could put flax seeds. So now I could change my milks up every time I make them and really get the maximum nutrition. And I don't got to keep going to the store. The store is getting ready to get less and less money from me from stuff made. I'm going to be making all my stuff myself. right? So maybe we'll get back into that later. I want to talk about obesity. Obesity has absolutely doubled in the United States. It's ridiculous. Doubled. Obesity in the United States has more than doubled over the past 3 decades, with obesity rates rising from roughly 19% in the 1990s to over 40% by 2021, 2022. Now, 50% mean half of the people, right? According to reports from the Lancet, over 208 million Americans are now estimated to be living with overweight or obesity. Now, if I'm not mistaken, that's over half. Will somebody verify that for me and tell me the U.S. population? Because I could have swore it's like 350 million. Somebody put in the chat, what is the population in the United States? Because if the population of the United States is 350 and there's 208 million Americans are estimated to be living with overweight or obesity, that's over half. Now, I understand what they're saying because they're separating obesity from overweight. So they're saying obesity has doubled and obesity is 40%. And I would imagine that overweight would be, it seems like 15 or 20%. That's 60% when you add it together. So if you just call them all overweight, okay, 349 million. So if there's 200 million Americans are estimated to be living with overweight or obesity, that means between the two, if obesity is 40%, overweight is another 20%. So more than half of the country is overweight. Because obesity is overweight and overweight is overweight. Look, it says this crisis. Look at that terminology. Do Americans realize that this is a crisis? Because that's what it says there. This crisis is driven by sedentary lifestyles, high calorie diets, and environmental factors, with projections suggesting that 2/3 of adults could have obesity by 2050. 2/3. So out of 250 million, it's like out of 350 million, they sound like 215, 217 million will be overweight by 2050, which it'll be more than that if they don't do something. It's going to grow way more than that. And it's only 2026. Nah, if they don't turn this around, there will definitely be close to 300 million. There'll definitely be close to 300 million if they don't turn this around. More than 70% of the U.S. adults are considered overweight or obese, for far exceeding the 50% mark. CDC data shows nearly 43% of adults have obesity, with an additional 34% classified as overweight. You see, this is crazy. Key statistics and trends: rapid rise. Adult obesity rates jumped from approximately 30.5% in 1999 to over 41.9% by 2017 through 2020, with severe obesity rates also high. Demographic impact. The rise has been significant across all age groups, including children and adolescents, though it is particularly pronounced in adults aged 40 to 59. Regional disparities. Southern states, Mississippi, Oklahoma, Alabama, often report the highest obesity rates. Economic cost. The annual medical cost of adult obesity in the United States estimated at nearly $173 billion is being spent because of people, adults that are suffering with obesity. Causes and future outlook. Root causes. Factors include increased sitting around. Let's just call it what it is. Higher screen time, larger portion sizes, and diet. Further projection: if trends continue by 2050, roughly 64% of Americans are projected to be in the overweight or obese category. Experts emphasize that addressing this requires urgent, multifaceted action on food availability, exercise, and public health policy. Is food like burritos and tacos unhealthy? It depends on what they're made with. It depends on what they're made with. Yes, Americans have become significantly heavier over the past few decades, with obesity rates more than doubling since 1990. Currently, over 40% of U.S. adults are obese, and nearly 3 in 4 are considered overweight or obese. While rates have been high, some recent data suggests a potential slight decline in obesity prevalence among certain age groups, possibly linked to the increased use of GLP/1 weight loss medication. So everybody's on that weight loss formula that people are taking, which I believe is going to just cause a total pandemic. I don't believe that stuff is any good. All right, go do your thing, he. So I don't believe that old Zempic. I don't trust it, but we'll see. Because if they take those Zempic, what's the results of that? We have to wait 15 years to find out the results. 10 years, so I don't know. Obesity rates. The prevalence of obesity among U.S. adults 20 plus was 41.9% in 2017, March 2020, up from 30.5 in 1999, 2000. Severe obesity. The prevalence of severe obesity has also increased, rising from 4.7% to 9.2% in the same period. The future outlook, some projections indicate that by 2030, nearly half of the U.S. adults may be obese, and rates could surpass 50% in 29 states. Demographic differences, obesity prevalence is higher in adults aged 40 to 59 compared to younger adults or those 60 and older. Causes, the rise in obesity is attributed to a combination of increased caloric intake, partly due to larger portion sizes, reduced physical activity, and environmental factors. Recent trend, a September 2024 CDC reports indicated that while overall obesity rates from 2013 to 2023 did not change significantly, severe obesity continued to rise. A late 2025 report noted a potential decrease in obesity rates among specific age groups, 40 to 64, that correlate with high usage of GLP/1 injectables. Also, cancer and other things they're not saying. Older people are losing weight because they are getting sick. And when they get sick, they lose all that weight. When my father got sick and got older, he got so skinny. His stomach was pretty much rotten. And his stomach was pretty much rotten. The food was just rotting in his stomach. And no, he couldn't put any weight on because his gut was done. Many vegetables can aid in weight loss due to their low calorie and high fiber content, promoting feelings of fullness. Leafy greens like spinach and kale, cruciferous vegetables like broccoli and cauliflower, and other options like carrots, cucumber, and bell pepper are great choices for weight management. Here's a more detailed look at some beneficial vegetables: leafy greens, spinach, kale, romaine lettuce, and other leafy greens are packed with nutrients and fiber while being low in calories. Cruciferous vegetables, broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, and cabbage are excellent sources of fiber and may help with weight loss. Other vegetables, carrots, cucumbers, bell peppers, and mushrooms are also low in calories and high in fiber, making them good additions to a weight loss diet. High fiber vegetables like beans, peas, asparagus are high in fiber, which can help you feel full and satisfied, potentially leading to reduced calorie intake. And spices, chilies, which are technically fruits, contain capsaicin and compound that can boost metabolism and probably aid in weight loss. They are saying some hot peppers automatically help you lose weight and automatically help you burn fat. Good to see you, Danielle. But people aren't getting enough exercise, and too many starches, too many sweets, pies, cakes, and too many chips, potato chips, and those type of different things in those bags. Those things swell you up, make you get bloated. And the gas station is full of that. And us as Americans, we out on the road, we hungry, we stop to get some gas. And just to put something on our stomach, we'll get a soda and we'll get some type of chips, which makes you think you're full for a minute. It's like an illusion. But you're not really full. It's just making you assume you're full. And so we just have a serious food problem in this country. Serious. There's aisles and aisles and aisles of candy, aisles and aisles and aisles of the soda aisle, the candy aisle, and the chip aisle. Almost take up most of the store. And everybody go in the store, go down those aisles. You see families with 2, 3, 4 liters of soda to take home. And it's just bad habits all the way around. Hardly anybody drinks juice. If they do, they drink that sugar water that they call juice, but hardly nobody has like real juice. So it's very hard to eat right. And if you don't get your own stuff and have a blender, have a juicer, if you don't buy lemons and limes, and if you don't buy natural sweeteners and make your own lemonade and limeade and tea, you're going to be drinking soda, 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 soda. And many times, if you're not paying attention and you're thirsty, you'll drink soda instead of water. And people are getting sicker and sicker and sicker because they're getting like no nutrition. If I go in the average house, there's no nutrition in the whole house. Everything is like prefabricated food. They have no whole food in the house at all. Seriously, like nothing healthy, like absolutely nothing. In many households, you wouldn't believe it. Not a healthy thing anywhere. No fruit, no nuts, nothing. And hardly no vegetables. Canned goods, meat, cheese, and bread, and chips and snacks. It's the worst. And it's like they're putting all this weight on, and that this weight is causing knee problems. So knee and hip replacement is crazy nowadays. I have so many friends that have to get knee replacements and hip replacements that you wouldn't believe it. Obesity significantly impacts hip and knee replacement surgeries, increasing the risk of complications and potentially affecting the longevity of the implants. So the implants don't even last long. While obesity is a factor in developing osteoarthritis, which often necessitates joint replacement, it also raises the likelihood of surgical complications like infection, wound healing problems, and blood clots. Morbidly obese individuals face the highest risk The impact of obesity on joint replacement surgery, increased risk of complications. Studies show obese patients experience higher rates of complications, including infections, wound healing issues, and blood clots compared to those with a healthy weight. Potential for long operations and more blood loss. Obesity can make the surgery more technically challenging, potentially leading to longer operating times and increased blood loss. Increased hospital stay and rehabilitation needs. Obese patients may require longer hospital stays and may be discharged to rehabilitation centers more often than those with a healthy weight. Implant longevity, while not definitely proven, some evidence suggests that implants in overweight or obese individuals may not last as long as those in patients with a healthy weight. Obviously not, because you're not going to give it time to heal. You're going to be putting too much weight on a new implant. And there's no way that's not a problem. Higher risk of dislocation. Obesity has been linked to higher rates of dislocation after hip and knee replacement. Increased risk of revision surgery. Obesity can increase the risk of needing revision surgery due to various complications, meaning that you got a replacement of the initial implant. You got to take that implant out and replace it. Crazy. Surgical challenges. Excess weight can make anesthesia and surgery more complex, requiring specialized equipment and potentially leading to complications. Considerations for surgery in patients. BMI threshold. Many surgeons consider BMI when assessing surgical candidates, with some setting thresholds for elective joint replacement, saying that if you're too big, they might not even elect you to pick you to do the job. Risk benefit assessment. A thorough risk benefit assessment is crucial for obese patients considering joint replacement surgery, involving discussions with the surgeon about potential complications and the need for weight loss before the surgery. Weight management. Weight loss, if feasible, can improve surgical outcomes and reduce the risk of complications. So, as you can see, we have a serious epidemic going on with weight, and it's causing some very, very serious problems. Very serious. It's not a joke. It's not a joke. In some kind of way, we got to get this message out there for people so that they can really take care of themselves. We got to get rid of this attitude that, oh, you're going to pass away anyway. That's got to go. And we've got to get people to see the importance of taking care of themselves, because it's definitely going to cause a strain on the economy. That's what it's going to do. It's going to eventually put a strain on the economy. The prices is going to cost to get some help once you are so big, they ain't gonna want to help you. They not gonna want to help you. There's no way. They're not gonna want to help you. No way. It's gonna be too many failures, and they're just gonna be like, we can't do it. A new definition of obesity could nearly double the prevalence of U.S. adults with the condition, according to a study published Monday. A team of researchers from Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center, Harvard University, Yale University, and Yale New Haven Health found that BMI alone may significantly underestimate how many U.S. adults have obesity. Using a new definition that includes waist based measurements, the team found that more than 75% of adults may meet the criteria for obesity compared to 40% when using BMI alone. So they are saying they're going to start measuring bellies to get the accurate situation. Angela said we can have health freedom by eating as much health whole foods as possible. The corporations want us to be addicted to their foods. You are not lying. They can make more money with a sickened and obese population. You are 1,000,000,000% correct. They're making that health insurance money, the medical money, and the addiction to the products money. They make a lot. They make a lot. And I remember growing up, Angela, and the rest of the subscribers watching, and people would be overweight and they would call them big boned. They'd say you're big boned. But now I found out recently your bones are not any bigger. That's all unhealthy weight that you think is bone. Because this is you when you're the right size, and this is you when you're overweight, and all of that weight has to be on the same size bone, which is very interesting because some overweight people, they risk be real fat, and imagine that's not even bone. That's just, I guess, a hard fat. It's crazy, and it's affecting the children. Childhood obesity increases the risk for heart disease. Excess weight often contributes to high blood pressure and elevated cholesterol levels, putting strain on the heart and blood vessels. Over time, this can lead to arteriosclerosis, raising the risk of heart attacks and strokes in adulthood. So we're feeding the children this stuff. It's ruining them very early in life. And they're going to have so many health issues that it's not going to even make no sense. They're going to have so many health issues. And we need people to work out, but fat shaming is not going to help. Don't fat shame anyone. Instead of doing that, motivate them to lose weight. Motivation. Don't make jokes and things like that. Try to help them out the best you can when people are overweight. Because it's not funny. It's sad, really. We're having a lot of problems from obesity and being overweight. Lots. I'm kidding you not. It's really a bigger problem than they tell you. There's all other kind of diseases and sicknesses that's around that, and they try to separate them. Strokes, heart attacks, all of that is a lot of times tied into bad food, obesity, and being overweight. So I hope I'm helping some of you make the decision to go plant based. You got to get some collard greens, some mustard greens, some spinach, red cabbage, seeded grapes, oranges, seeded oranges, apples, tomatoes. You got to get whole foods into your body. There's no getting around it. Get whole foods into your body. Take care of yourself. That's all you got. That's all you got is yourself. If you don't take care of yourself, who else is going to care about you? Nobody. Nobody at all. Good to see you, White Flame. Nobody at all. So listen, send this to everybody, right? We need more people to see this. We got to try to help people eat better. So like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. We need to try to help people change the way they eat because the food, most of them is just into it for the money. That's it. They're only into it for the money, and they do stuff to the food to make you crave it, to make you want to keep eating it. So y'all get out here, try to work out, try to get yourself in shape, work out, get yourself in shape, make some changes, okay? Get yourself in shape, work out, make some changes. If you got children, give them whole foods from snacks. You got to get them back into tangerines, grapes, watermelon, cherries. You got to get the youth back into fruit for a snack so they don't lose all their teeth and ruin themselves. And work out. Work out because we sit down too much. I sit, I go live. Then I got to sit and work at my desk to get my work done for my businesses. And I got to sit and I got to sit and I got to sit. And when I get up and I got to go do something, I got to go in the car and guess what I got to do? I got to sit. And I got to sit. Because that's what we do to make money. Some people, they move around to make money. But a lot of us, we are at behind a desk. We're on a bus, driving a bus. We're driving a car. And we're just sitting. Sitting. And all this sitting is lowering men's sperm count because their circulation is not so well. So you have to increase your circulation. Okay? You have to You have to increase your circulation. Okay? You have to increase your circulation any kind of way you can. You need nitric oxide. Okay? You need nitric oxide. One good form of nitric oxide, especially men, this is a great one. This is a great one. The only problem I got is in plastic, but until you elevate to that level, then go with that. But if you get a food processor, you can make your own beet powder and all that. All you got to do is slice your beets up, put them on a cooking sheet, and then put them in the oven. Watch them so they don't burn when they get dry, and then take it and blend it up in the powder. And you'd have a nice, fresh beet powder. But beet powder, men, is going to help with your circulation, it's going to help with your sex life. Okay? That's just a fact. It's going to help you with your sex life. It's going to help you with your circulation. And you need that. We're not as active as we used to be. So you need that beet juice. You need the pomegranates. The pomegranates are going to help you. And you need to eat food that's going to stimulate you. You need the nitrates and the nitric oxide. That's the only way you're going to be able to get yourself together. And you can make your own beet powder. I did it. Check it out. So I made my own, and then sometimes I buy it. I'm getting these bags because I'm trying to get away from the plastic. So I'm getting a lot of my stuff. This is a beet powder I bought from Micro Ingredients. You get a lot for a pretty good price. And you don't have to put much in your drink. It's very strong. Beet powder is very strong, so you don't have to even use much. And with the consistency of using it, you're going to get the benefits. You're going to get good circulation. Uh, you need good circulation for to prevent erectile dysfunction and all that too for your sex life. You need blood circulation. Okay, you need blood circulation. So beet powder is great. I have some pomegranates in there, two of them, that I'm going to be blending up with cocoa powder. That's also a good one to help with your circulation. And most of all, you got to exercise. You got to move your body. You have to exercise. So I hope this motivated you all. Send it out to everybody. Make sure you support the channel. Right? So hit the Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, all of that. And stay positive, okay? You gotta stay positive. You gotta work out. You gotta eat. Get the weight down. Get some muscles. Ladies, get that body slim so you don't have to put on girdles and all that stuff up under your clothes. Move the body around. It's gonna raise your self-esteem. You're gonna feel stronger. You're gonna feel better. And remember now, the working out goes like this. You can follow that on Body Sculpture Challenge. So follow the Body Sculpture Challenge on Instagram, on YouTube, and you can look hashtag Body Sculpture Challenge, and you'll see everybody that's taking the challenge working out. I haven't been recording it in a while, but I'm going to get back to recording it. But this is the thing with working out. It's going to go like this. Push yourself for 6 weeks. Make sure you exercise no less, like a serious exercise, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour, twice a week or 3 times a week, but at least twice a week for 6 weeks. Twice a week at least. And what's going to happen is you're not going to want to do it, but force yourself to do it. For the second 6 weeks, from 7 to 12, right? You got from 0 to 6, then you got from 7 to 12. The second 6 weeks, you still won't want to do it, but because you put time in for the first 6 weeks, when you balance out not wanting to do it, balance with not wanting to waste the first 6 weeks, the first 6 weeks makes you don't want to do that for nothing. So when you get to week 7, your mind going to be like, I don't want to do it, but I don't want to be then wasted my time. And that's going to motivate you to do the next 6 weeks, because once you stay consistent, you're not going to want to waste that 6 weeks. This is how the mind's going to work. You're going to be like, I don't want to do it, but I already did 6 weeks, and I'm not finna stop now and waste the time I did 6 weeks. So you do another 6 weeks. So now you've done it consistently from 12 weeks. If you do that, you're on your way, because you're not going to quit at that point. The last 6 weeks, you're going to want to do it. These are facts. The first 6 weeks, you ain't going to want to do it. The second 6 weeks, you ain't going to want to do it, but you ain't going to want to quit either. The third 6 weeks, you're going to be on it 100%. These is facts. And you're going to be rocking and rolling. If you got to walk stairs, walk stairs. Now, if you're overweight or obese, go real slow. Go slow. Don't let nobody tell you push yourself, push yourself. Do not push yourself if you're out of shape. Go slow. If you go slow for long periods of time, you're going to get to the point you can go fast, because it's not how fast or how hard you work out. It's the consistency. So if you're overweight, obese, don't do a lot. Go outside, walk to the end of the block and back. That's it. You're going to be like, that's all? Yes. Walk to the end of the block and back. Right? Walk to the end of the block and back. You're going to be like, that's not nothing. If you do that 3 times a week, 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, you'll see. That little walk's going to make a big difference. It's the consistency. It's the consistency on the walk. Now, with the working out, the gym is great, but do easy stuff at home too. Because what happens is the gym becomes somewhere you got to go. And when you got to go, it'll give you an excuse not to do it. But if you got you some little light weights at home, by the time you get to the gym, you can already be working out. You can lay right on your bed and lay on your back and lift those weights. Real talk. And just be consistent. You can get some resistant cords, which are excellent. And always do light. Make it easy. If you're not in shape, make it as easy as possible. Because it's not whether it's hard or easy, it's the consistency that's going to make a difference. And the consistency will naturally make you go to the next level and the next level and the next level. So if you're totally out of shape, if you just work out consistently at home, you'll go to the gym on your own. You'll get to the point like, I got to go to the gym. But home is where you want to work out the most. Two 25-pound dumbbells can get you real right. 25, 20s, 10s can get you right. And you do the drop weights. You do the 25s till you're tired. Then you pick up the 15s, do them till you're tired. Then you pick up the 10s and do them till you're tired. You'll find that you're going to get tired quick, even with the lighter weights, but at first they're going to feel light. And by the time you do that in a row, you're going to see the difference. Let me show you. Okay, you see these? These are 20. So you're going to do 20 till you're tired. When you get tired, then you're going to do the 15s. You're going to do the 15s till you're tired, right? And then you're going to do the tens till you're tired, right? Boom, 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 right? Every time it's going to seem easier, but it's going to get harder quicker. So, in other words, if you just did these tens by yourself, you might do it a bunch of times. But if you do the 20s first till you can't go no more, when you pick up the 15s, it's going to seem light, but you're going to hit a wall quick because you've already been using the muscle. Then you drop that and pick this up. It's going to seem light, but you're going to hit a wall quick. And that drop weight, you're going to get growth. You're going to lose weight quicker. And you don't have to get 20. You can get a 10 and a 5. If you're totally out of shape, and do them 10s or the 15s until you're tired, then pick up the 5 right away. That's why I call it drop weight, because you drop this and you get the other one. And you just keep going until you can't go. And you're going to increase quicker than just using a 25 till you can't go no more. Because when you use a 25 till you can't go no more, and you put it down and pick up a 10, the muscle is still working and not getting a break. And when you hit the wall with that 10, that's a far better workout. So drop weight is the best way. Trust me what I'm telling you. You're going to see the muscle growth, the weight loss quick. And it could be something like 5 and 2 pounds. If you're real big and you don't want to hurt yourself, but get 2 kind, 1 weight, and then a less weight. You do the heaviest weight as much as you can, then you drop them down, and then you do the next lightweight as much as you can, and you're going to see maximum results. Maximum. More so than just the 1 weight. Lifting this 15, bop, 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 bop. You're going to hit a wall. You're going to be tired. But then if you pick this up, it's lighter. So then when you do this one second as many times, that's where you're going to see the muscle growth more than if you just did 1 until you can't no more. There's a fact. And then you're going to sleep like Dr. Frankenstein. You're going to sleep like a different type of sleep while the muscle is growing. Okay? While the muscle is growing, you're going to have a different type of sleep while the muscle is growing. So drop weight. Remember that. Just remember that. Drop weight. It could be any size weights, long as it's a heavier one and a light one. Doesn't matter. Because if you just take a 5-pound weight, every time you lift it, it's becoming heavier. And so after you lift it so long, it's going to be like it weighed 200 pounds. Because you could just do your arms. And if you just do your arms like this while you're watching TV, right? Nothing in your hand. You could be watching TV, sitting in your chair, just doing this, right? And after so long, you're going to be doing that with nothing in your hand. Is your hand going to get heavy? You just got to do a lot of reps. So we just trying to make sure we don't have to do a lot of reps. We want to do less. But either way, it's going to work. It's going to work. You could do just with your hands. And after so long, your hands are going to get heavier and heavier and heavier. That's what's going on when you walk a lot. Your legs get heavy, your feet getting heavy. You're like, oh, I'm tired. That's because you've been picking up your feet, putting them down, and they get heavy every time. When I do this, it's heavier. When I do it again, it's getting heavier. Every time I do this, it's getting heavy, but it's fractions. It's a fraction of how heavy it's getting. It's the consistency. This is nothing but a 10. But if you do this 10 long enough, you'll see. It don't got to be no 25 or no 30. Do this 10 a bunch of times, and you will see. You just got to do more reps. That's all. You just got to do more reps. And the exercising, the easy exercise consistently will make you do more serious exercise, because the key is getting into the consistency, not what you're doing, how much weight. That's not it. It's the mental part of exercising a lot. And once you get that, you're ready to go. And they don't teach you that. I had to find out the hard way. The key is getting your mind into doing something all the time. Then you perfect it. Because you can go and buy workout clothes and buy weights and stuff, but then you ain't going to do it all the time. And that's where home helps. Because being at home will make sure you do it all the time. You can't say, oh, it's raining, I don't want to go out. Oh, I got to go somewhere, I don't got time to go to the gym. Well, hit a quick workout at home, take your shower, put your clothes on, and go to your event. I got a gym membership, and a lot of times I postpone it, and I only pay like $5 a month. And anytime I go to the gym, then and put my phone up there, it reactivates. Because I just work out at the office or work out at home. And I get a lot more workouts. Because I don't want to go to the gym every day, but I might work out at home 5 days. I'm only going to go to the gym 2 or 3 days. I can't go to the gym 5 days, but I can work out at home 7 days if I want. I can work out at the office 7 days if I want. So, and resisting cords. Resisting cords is it. I'm telling you. That's how you get your consistency. And then when you get your consistency, now you're ready to be a gym rat. Now you're ready. But you have to really get your mind right first before you go to the gym and try to get your body right. Because you just ain't going to go to the gym. You're going to sign up for a gym membership. You're going to go every blue moon. Yeah, it'd be. Yeah, it'd be sometime. And just sometime. Another thing, too. If I get up in the morning, I go to the gym, I work out. I come home. I ain't going back to the gym. But if I get up in the morning and work out with the weights I got till exhaustion at 8 in the morning, I'm liable to do that again at 5 o'clock because I ain't got to go nowhere. And the good thing about weights at home, they staring you in your face. Hey, come pick me up. You know what I'm saying? Weights at the gym ain't staring you in your face. Would you tell a white flag? Them weights be staring at you and you be looking at them sitting there on the floor and you'll go pick them up. Because they just sitting there calling you. Hey, I know you see me laying over here. And so that, to me, has been, yeah, it is just laying right there. To me, has helped me a lot because I could go to the gym twice. And I like the gym because the gym got a lot of variety and you could really get a solid workout. But Working out at home, make sure that when you don't go to the gym and you go back, you're still in really good shape, sometimes even a little stronger on certain muscles if you using them all the time. But resistant cords are great. They cheap. You can hang them over a door. And if you want to really work out, get the big one. I'll show you that too. With the resistant cord, you can get the smaller ones like this, right? You can hang this over a door or under a door or whatever, and then this is a serious workout right here, okay? And then if you're getting stronger, then you get the thicker ones. You see the difference? And this one is not no joke. Yeah, I like the gym too. I like the steam rooms and stuff like that. I like the gym too. I like the gym. I like going to the gym. You could get a good workout at the gym, but it's just sometimes I just don't feel like driving. Like I got a real busy day. By the time I go to the gym and work out and get back home, I could be done worked out already, took a shower, and be already doing something. So it just really depends. Because me, I have problems with the gym because I like to go to the gym when there's nobody in there. I don't like since COVID and they got all these the pneumonias and they got all these different things out here. I don't like people breathing on me. So the gym, for me to go to the gym and be comfortable, I got to be there at 5 when it opens. I got to be out of there by 6:30 when the early morning people come. Now, if I don't want to do that, then I got to go to the gym at 8:30 because you have a group that come real early and then they go to work. So you can either come before they come, or if you want more time, you can come after they go to work. But if you go to the gym, right? If you go to the gym at in the evening, there's too many people. No, that was 3 or 4 years ago. Uh that was 3 or 4 years ago when I was staying at Prairie Shores had a gym. No, that was about 5 years ago. Yeah, Prairie Shores had a gym because I was at Lake Meadows. They didn't have a gym. Then I moved to Prairie Shores, and that's when I was driving Uber, and I was making a lot of money because I was practically downtown. I used to just turn on my Uber app in the living room. Yeah, that was at Prairie Shores had a gym, and that was cool because I could go when everybody was at work because I didn't work until 7. So I had all day. So yeah, Prairie Shores had a gym. But right now the gym is like I could walk to the gym. The gym is really close, but uh, nothing beats having weights and stuff at home. Because sometimes I want to work out at 3 in the morning. I'm wide awake. I had a nap. I woke up. I might want to work out at 7. I might want to work out at 3. I might want to work out right now. You know what I'm saying? I might want to drink a protein shake and work out right now. I might not want to wait and drive and go and all that. And so with the home weights and stuff, You can work out all day. I like that better. And then the gym for variety to hit certain machines, but for the basic mind state to work out, I would tell any beginner home is the only thing gonna make you get the consistency. Then when you get the consistency, now you're ready for the gym. But if you don't have the consistency, the gym ain't gonna do nothing for you because you ain't gonna go. And the best way to get into the routine of working out is to have it right there where you at. Where you want to work out, and 7 seconds later you're working out. You don't gotta go nowhere, you don't got nothing. If you're feeling really good, you can work out all day. Like when I'm writing my book and I want to take a break, I can work out. I don't gotta drive all the way to the gym, drive all the way back, get back on the typewriter or the computer. I don't have that. I don't have to have that big break. I could just do it right then. If I want to do 2 live streams, I could do a live stream. I could get off. I could make a protein shake. I could work out, set the next live for an hour or 2 hours later. I could make a protein shake, work out, get a thorough workout, rinse off, go right back live. I don't have to miss no money. I don't have to run around nowhere, and I can't make no excuses. For sure. If you got a basement and stuff like that, man, get your stuff in the house, man. Buy your equipment in the house. I would tell anybody that if you really want to get in shape, man, put a little gym in your house. That way, if you don't got enough equipment but you can really target every muscle without a gym, but that's another story. But then you can go to the gym every now and then too, but nothing beats working out 2 seconds after you want to. Nothing beats that. And you have a tendency to be more consistent. That's the best thing you could do. That's because the consistency is way better, ain't it, Mr. Redskin? The consistency is better, and it's calling you. It's calling you. Sometimes you might not go to the gym for 6 weeks, 2 months. You just like slack off. But when that stuff's in there staring at you, and it's right there in the basement, you're going to be doing it all the time. You know what I'm saying? Because it's staring at you. It's just the best. You save a lot of time traveling back and forth to the gym. And like I said, you ain't got nobody barfing and coughing and all of that. Because right now we're in a flu epidemic. And they saying this flu this time is serious. Yeah, you'll work out. Yes, you sure will. You sure will, Mr. Redskin. You'll just do it. No, you can't put no price on the amount of time saved and how much you work out. Because sometimes you'll be fanatical, won't you? And work out like all day until in the night. Like sometimes you will hit it like hard. You won't do that at a gym. Once you leave the gym, you're not going back. But boy, if it's in the house, y'all be surprised. You'll hit it hard. Because with working out, sometimes you go through these phases where you just own that. Like you just own that. You just own that. You just own that. You might have your off day and you might just have your workout clothes on and you just might just be on that from morning till night. Seriously. Mr. Redskin will tell you sometimes he just be working out like crazy. Like he'll work out and he'll watch TV or do something and he'll work out again. They'll do something else and they'll go work out again because it's right there. He might work out at 12 at night, 1 in the morning if he's bored. You know, would you tell him you bored? Man, you'll work out when the gym is closed. That is a fact. You might work out. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. Seriously. That would be my advice to you all. But definitely get yourself in shape. And I'll tell you something else too. I just turned 68. And if you want to be sure-footed, if you don't want to be flimsy, you need to work out. If you 50, 60, you need to work out. If you wait till 70, you're going to be, and you haven't been working out, you're going to be disintegrated too much to get anything out of it. But if you're in pretty good shape, all right, but you need to be working out no later than 55 years old. And the difference is when you work out and you walking and you hit your toe on something, you ain't going to fall. You're going to stumble and keep going because you're going to have that cat-like balance. You're not going to be all. And I'm telling you, I just turned 68 and and since I'm working out, I feel more solid on the ground. I feel more sure-footed. My reflexes are faster. My reflexes ain't slowing down. I'm just telling you what I noticed. My reflexes is sharp. I could be pouring something and the top fall off and I catch it. I ain't even trying to catch it. I'm telling you. And when you walk, you feel more sure-footed. You don't feel like you'll lose your balance. You feel like if you fall, you'll catch yourself. You just won't fall and just break everything like a lot of old people. If you fall, you're going to get right back up. It ain't going to do nothing. Because that muscle protects your bone. And when you don't got no muscle around these bones, man, you fragile. You need muscle around these bones. Okay? You got to have muscle in here around these bones. And if you get older and you don't got no muscle around these bones, you're going to be fragile. You're going to be breaking stuff and all that. I'm telling you, you all better listen. Get that extra weight off of you. Work out, eat better, and take care of yourself. All right? And thanks a lot, Mr. Redskin, for help encouraging them. You're a blessing. I ain't gonna lie. All right? So y'all stay positive, work out, get in shape, take care of yourself. That's all you got. All you got is you. That's all you got. Victory.